Ladies and gentlemen, softball is selling cotton candy. Did you hear that? Cotton candy. Time to go up there and get yourself some.
All right, should I go to Great Oak or should I go to Mesa? Because we're about to go through the ramp.
Oh, that is what.
Rito's got Great Oak? All right. In that case, Sean, are you able to? Sean, you got the refs? You got the refs? All right. The refs in the middle with the players. All right, then I'll get them ratings coming out.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, they're in their tunnel. They're blocking the ramp tunnel.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Marietta, California. I'm JP Sarr coming to you live from Marietta, California for this edition of the Marietta Mesa Rams football. Mesa Rams come into the contest at 3-3, 0-1 last week, dropping their matchup against Vista Marietta 31-6. And Great Oak comes into this one 1-5, 0-1 in the Southwestern League. So we are sure in store for a good one here tonight. The Mesa Rams deferred to the second half. Great Oak will receive. Mesa dropped a tough one last week to one of the best teams in the Southwestern League, Vista Marietta. The kick is off. Isaacson with a high one, lands at about the 15-yard line. Grabbed by the Great Oaks returner. He breaks a couple tackles and brought down by the kicker. Benjamin Isaacson brings him down at about the 42-yard line. Great Oak will start their drive just shy of midfield. The Rams hung around with Vista Marietta for about the first half, and then Vista put their foot on the gas and pulled away towards the end. And the Great Oak Wolfpack started their season. This one is an offsides. Chad Ortega was coming to play press coverage on the near side and jumped a little too far in front of the ball. Gives Great Oak a free 5 yards to start this game off. Temecula Valley beat Great Oak on their first game. So we got 3 teams at 1-0 and 3 teams at 0-1 in the Southwestern League.
Wow, really?
And Mesa's got 2 pivotal matchups with one of the other 3 0-1 teams this weekend, and the other one next week. They play Chaparral at home next weekend. This one snap, handoff. This one to Mullen. Mullen's going to pick up about 8 yards for the first down. James Mullen, one of the key offensive weapons for the Wolfpack. You'll hear his name quite a bit Great Oak with a heavy run offense. Josh Honstein is the quarterback for the Wolfpack. Junior quarterback and a junior running back for Great Oak. Very young squad. This one to Mullen again. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage by the Rams. Keon Bars breaks that one up. Great Oak will learn quickly that they can't run up the middle super easily. Keon Bars is going to be there stuffing it up all game long. This one fullback set to shift on the defensive line for Mesa. This one given to Mullen. Mullen's got some blockers ahead of him. He's got some space. Gets past the first down. Has his fullback in front of him. He's at the 20 and is tripped out right around the 10-yard line. Electric run for James Mullen. James Mullen, his fourth run on this drive. Great Oaks had 4 plays, 4 runs. All to Mullen's got a little over 50 yards. He's at the 10-yard line. This one goes to him again. Off tackle out to the left. He breaks one tackle, and he's inside the 5. Mullen gains 9 there. Second and short inside the 5-yard line. That's going to be the key for the Rams all game, is stop James Mullen. Make Great Oak beat you everywhere else. The defensive line's going to have to come up big tonight.
So everything I'm doing is reacting.
And another flag offsides against Mesa. It'll be half the distance to the goal. They'll be at about the 2-yard line, but more important, they pick up the first down. This one to Mullen, right up the middle, and he falls in. Touchdown, Great Oak Wolfpack. They're on the board early, just over 2 minutes into this game. They're up 6-0.
James Mullen with the carry for the touchdown.
I think that was
for the
me.
Wolfpack.
Number 36 in to kick for Great Oak. That's Bryce Stefari. Senior kicker for the Wolfpack. Puts the extra point on the board. It is 7-0 Great Oak early on. And the Mesa Rams offense is going to have to come out and match them right away. We may see an offensive shootout tonight. Strap up. Antonio January going to go deep to receive for the Mesa Rams, and the offense is where Mesa struggled last week. They played Vista Marietta tough in the first half. Their defense was playing stellar, but their offense couldn't get going, didn't cross midfield in the first half, and they couldn't get it going in the second half. Lost by 30. They lost by a score of 31-6. Got deep into Vista Marietta range, kicked 2 field goals throughout the game, missed 1 other field goal. But the offense is what they harped on all week at practice, and they're going to get a chance to redeem themselves from last week here. January, a nice kick by Great Oak. This one is well into the end zone. Stefari with an absolute bomb into the end zone. Mesa will take over from the 25-yard line. First down, Rams. And Jose Ayala bringing the troops onto the field. The dual threat quarterback. Mesa's in the green uniforms today, their home unis. Wearing the white pants and pink socks today. Breast Cancer Awareness Night here in Ram Stadium. First handoff will go to January. Stays on his feet, was ripped to the ground, but kept his hand down and kept himself up. Very elusive run by Antonio January. We've seen it all year long. One of the biggest threats for the Rams. Thompson and Burleson, wide receivers out wide. Leighton in the backfield. It's going to go deep. Far side to Burleson. Off his chest and bounces out of bounds. Great defensive play. The defensive back, Abdallah. 5'9" senior with a great defensive play on the far side of the field. Very confident throw early on for Jose Ayala. Immediately threw the ball up in the air, trusted the receiver. This one's going to January on 3rd and long. And he'll gain a couple, not enough for the first down, and the punt team will come onto the field. So the Mesa offense continues to struggle. Ryan O'Brien in to punt for the Rams. Looks like number 11, Nate Anderson, back to receive for the Wolfpack. High punt. This one's going to be short. No return coming. Bounces right around the 47-yard line. And it'll be a first down for the Great Oak Wolfpack in Mesa territory. A high, short punt. And Great Oak will start at the 48-yard line. Let's go Mesa, the chant early on here. Houndstein brings the offense back onto the field. Mullen right behind him. Mullen with over 50 yards and a touchdown on that first drive. He had 6 carries. All of them were to him. 6 plays on that drive. This play will go right back to him, and Mesa gets to him right away. 2 or 3 yard gain for the Great Oak running back. It'll be 2nd and 7. Houndstein drops back to pass. The first pass we've seen right through the hands of the Great Oak receiver. That was Great Oak's first play that hasn't been a handoff to Mullen. And an incompletion will force a 3rd and long. Christian Whitley with the incompletion there. Let that one go right through his hands. There's going to be a gain of about 5. Chad Ortega was giving him plenty of space on that coverage. 2 receivers to Houndstein's right. Single coverage up for Whitley. This one's a handoff to Mullen. He's got some space, and he is brought down right at about the 38-yard line. It's going to be close. And a first down. It was close, no measurement needed. The line judge ruled a first down, and Great Oak, 1st and 10 from the Rams' 38-yard line. Saw him warming up, and Houndstein looked very capable throwing the ball, but we haven't seen him open it up much yet. And a flag in Sideline warning against Mesa. Believe the first one is just a warning. We saw several of those calls last week. The game got a little bit chippy towards the end of the game. An extra player just scrambling off for Mesa. Houndstein drops back to pass. He avoids the pressure and throws it away. Was looking for Mullen. And it's an incompletion for Houndstein. Good pressure by the Mesa Rams. Little last-minute communication there. Player was running on to the field at the last minute. And then he was running off at the last minute. Barely got it. Got him off before Houndstein snapped the ball. And he was immediately scrambling. The pressure by the Mesa defensive line got there right away. Josh Houndstein gives it to Mullen, 1st and 10, or 2nd and 10, excuse me. And Mullen's going to gain maybe half a yard there. Good defense by the Mesa Rams. And James Mullen, the key player for the Great Oak Wolfpack, and the Rams' strength on defense is their defensive line, so that's going to be the matchup to watch here in this game here tonight. Houndstein with trips out to his left. Mullen behind him.
I have a feeling Sean actually watched football just to see how they were.
Mullen moves to his left. Hand off to Mullen. Gets through the hole very quickly. He's got some open space. He has a wide receiver blocker, fumbles the ball, and it just hops out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Nonetheless, a great run for James Mullen. Mullen is able to get back to the line of scrimmage so quickly. He takes the handoff and absolutely bursts through the line of scrimmage. He's got so much speed. If the Rams don't track him and find where the play's going right away, he's going to pick up a lot of yards, and he did there. About a 40-yard gain for James Mullen, and he has the Wolfpack down on the 6, looking to extend their lead. Houndstein gives it to Mullen, and a great play by Colin Layton. Gets into the backfield and absolutely rips him down for a loss of 3. Loss of 4 by Colin Layton. A beautiful tackle for loss. Houndstein drops back to pass. He's got Mullen out to his left. Was looking for him. He's rolling out to his right, going to the end zone, got a receiver, and a great pass breakup by the Mesa Rams defensive back. Ethan Johnson, the linebacker, got back there. There is a flag on the play. It's in the backfield, holding against the Wolfpack. Interesting decision there by Coach Turner. It was either going to be 3rd and goal from the 10 or 2nd and goal from the 30. A tricky decision in the moment to make. I think he weighed the yardage more than the down here. But we've seen James Mullen get some space. Dead ball, false start against the Wolfpack. So, yeah, that decision by Turner is going to look good now. 2nd and goal from the 35-yard line. And a timeout for Great Oak, their first of the half. One thing that was overlooked on that penalty there a few plays ago, Ethan Johnson came over and made a great pass breakup. The defensive line for the Rams, whenever Houndstein drops back to pass, has gotten him on the run. And he delivered a beautiful ball to his wide receiver in the corner of the end zone, but Johnson got there perfect timing, was able to break up the pass. Beautiful play by the linebacker for the Rams. The Rams are in a good situation here. 2nd and goal from the 35-yard line. The defensive back's going to have to come up big here for the Rams. We know the defensive line's going to get Houndstein moving. And he does. Screen play over the head of Mullen. The Rams defense was there, so they might have brought him down. But an incomplete pass wipes it out anyways. 3rd and goal from the 35-yard line. I saw the Great Oak kicker warming up before the game. He was making some 40-yarders, but he was barely limping them over the crossbar, so he doesn't have this field goal. This one will be about a 45-yarder. Doesn't have this in his range. This would almost be a 50-yard, 47-yarder. Be a long one. Houndstein drops back to pass. This is going to be a screen play. And a great tackle by Chad Ortega. Hit James Mullen right in the leg. Mullen's slow to get up. But a great play by the Mesa Rams defense. Read it like a book. They were able to complete this screen play on 3rd and long. They wanted to get the ball to Mullen in space, and they did, but Ortega was there immediately. Hammered him down. Great play by the Rams cornerback. And Bryce Staffrey coming in for the kick. This is a 50-yarder. Has a little bit of wind at his back. This one is high. It is going to be well short. It hits at about the goal line, so not well short. Very ambitious attempt by the Great Oak Wolfpack. Trying to make it a 2-score game there. $50-yard attempt by the Wolfpack is no good, and the Rams offense will come back onto the field for their 2nd drive of the game. The ball will be placed at the 20 as per high school football rules.
12 laps it is.
So a smart decision by Great Oak to kick it. They knew they could get it to the end zone. This one out wide, was bobbling it, couldn't catch it. Gets hit hard. Desmond Jackson got absolutely slammed, was bobbling a little bit. Good throw by Ayala right to his hands. 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Ayala gives it to January. He's met right away. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. Made something out of nothing and got back to the line of scrimmage. What a play by Antonio January. 2 linebackers were right on him about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage right as he got the ball. He was able to elude him and get all the way to the outside and lose only about 1 yard. Ayala drops back to pass. He's going to run it. Avoids one tackler, won't avoid the second. He is sacked in the Rams' backfield. Number 29, Ryan McLean, brings him down. A sack for a loss of 5 yards. And another 3 and out for the Mesa Rams. The punt team is back on the field. High snap, Ryan O'Brien right there. It is blocked, rolling along the goal line, picked up by a Mesa Ram, and he jumps on it at about the 4-yard line. So Great Oak will have A+ field position on about the 4-yard line for a 1st and 10. Was an absolute jailbreak rush by the Wolfpack. The high snap didn't help O'Brien out at all. And his went for the attempt to punt it, and it is blocked immediately. One of the Great Oak punt protectors, not sure who it was, made a great play to pick it up at about the goal line and fall to his 4. Just don't hand them a touchdown right there. Make them earn it here on offense. The defensive line has shown they're able to get through. Great Oak's got the jumbo set. They're going to call their 2nd timeout of the half. We're not even through the 1st quarter yet. Great Oak's only success on offense so far has been when they hand the ball off to James Mullen, so I would be surprised if we don't see 3 runs to him here. And on the Rams side of the ball, that defensive line better get through. Linebackers better be ready to wrap this elusive running back up. This one is a handoff to Mullen going to the right side. He's brought down for about no gain. Good play by the Mesa Rams defensive line there. Anthony Moran brings him down. Coming back onto the field, jumbo set. Houndstein in the shotgun. He's got a fullback to his right, a fullback behind him, and Mullen behind him. This one to Mullen again, going to the outside. Flag comes down. He easily beats the Rams cornerback to the pylon. Much quicker, but there is a flag immediately. And a chop block against Great Oak. That'll push him back. What a crucial mistake. They almost didn't even need that chop block. Because James Mullen just completely outran everybody to the corner of the end zone. This one, a 15-yard penalty backs him up to the 20-yard line. So another goal-to-go situation and a long way to go. They're back on the field. A lot more receivers on the field for the Wolfpack now. 3 wide out to Houndstein's left. Run to Mullen. Breaks the 1 tackle at the line of scrimmage. Gets up the middle. Breaks the last tackle, but just doesn't miss the final safety. He's tripped up at about the 3-yard line. So they get all the penalty yardage back. Third and goal. Big play coming up for both sides. This one a handoff to James Mullen right up the middle. Stopped by the Mesa Rams defense. The defensive line got through. Keon Bars was the one that originally got there. And a couple of his buddies came along to help. The field goal kicker coming onto the field. Great Oak's going to take the points. The last lineman comes scurrying onto the field for the Wolfpack. Steferi in, easy left-footed kick, and it's through. So after the blocked punt, the Mesa Rams defense does a good job to hold Great Oak to only 3 points, but it's a 2-possession game nonetheless. 10-0. Great Oak leads here late in the first quarter. Steferi in for the kickoff for the Wolfpack. January back to receive for the Rams. This one is deep, not in the end zone though. Bounces just short of it. January picks it up on the run. Breaks one tackle. He's got some space out to his left. He's got one tackler there and runs out at about the 26-yard line. Gets a little shove out of bounds. No call though. Referee takes a spill. He's helped back up. Looks like he's okay. Great return by Antonio January. Started all the way on his right side of the field at about the 5-yard line. It took a high bounce. He took forever to grab it, but once he did, absolutely exploded across the field and got all the way to the 27-yard line. The Mesa Rams will start their third drive from the 27. Referee's having a word with the Mesa sideline. It's the ref that fell down there. He's probably not too happy with them. Possibly could get another sideline penalty this week, too. Ayala takes a snap, gives it to January. Immediately met in the backfield, trying to run away, and he's going to get dropped for about a loss of 7 at the 20-yard line. The runs haven't been working for the Rams here early on. We need to see some RPOs get the ball into Ayala's hands. That would have been a smart play for him to keep it there. Look off the linebacker, give it to January. So as right as he gave it to January, the linebacker met him. Ayala had some space to run there if he kept it. But nonetheless, the Rams will have a 2nd and 17 from the reverse side of the field starting in the second quarter. They trail 10-0 in Marietta. So from Great Oak's 20-yard line, and a flag is down right away. And a sideline warning against Great Oak. The first one will be no yardage. These refs are very strict on keeping your players behind that white line. Screen pass to January. He's got some room to run, got some blockers in front of him. Goes to the outside, gets to about the 30-yard line. gets back to the original line of scrimmage and a few more. So it'll make it a manageable third down. A great play by the Rams. That's all you're hoping to do on 2nd and 17 is get a chunk of that yardage back, and they did. They will make it a 3rd and 6.
Ball marked on the 31-yard line, third down.
Ayala takes a snap. Bootleg to his left, a high throw. This one for Thompson. Reaches back, almost brings it in. And an incomplete pass for the Rams. The punt team back on the field. So we've seen a few different play calls. Some drives were runs, some had a few passes in it like that one. But nonetheless, 3 3-and-outs for the Mesa offense so far in this game. O'Brien doesn't get this punt. This one is blocked as well. And it is out of bounds at Ryan O'Brien's 42-yard line. Great Oak will start in Rams territory. It's a 10-0 ball game, but if the Rams offense can pick up a few first downs and if they can get their punts off clean, the field position battle will be a little more even. But Great Oaks had 3 drives out of their 4 start inside of Mesa Rams territory. And a flag down right away. False start against the Wolfpack.
5-yard penalty against Great Oak. Ball on the 47-yard line, first down.
And Howenstein back into the backfield. Dropping back to pass. This one good to Whitley. They get the 5 yards back that they lost for the false start penalty. The 6'1" receiver brings it in, Christian Whitley. They gain 6 yards back. 2nd and 9 for the Wolfpack. Trips out right, Mullen in the backfield. Couple hard counts for Howenstein. Gives it to Mullen and brought down by Anthony Moran. He came on the far side of the defensive line, was tracking him down and got to him before Mullen could pick a hole to go through. So a loss of 2 for the Wolfpack.
Brings up third down and 11.
3rd and 11 upcoming for the Wolfpack. Howenstein drops back to pass. 3rd and long. Keon Barr's there right away. Dives for him, misses. Howenstein's going to run and slides immediately as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1, maybe 2. And it looks like the punt team is going to come on the field for Great Oak for the first time this game. This is their 4th drive. They had a missed field goal. They made a field goal. They scored a touchdown, and now a punt. Punter standing on it. He's going to kick it about his own 45-yard line. This one high. Fair catch signaled by January right at about the 10-yard line.
Number 21, Antonio January with a fair catch.
So a 1st and 10 for the Mesa Rams on their own 10.
Will take over 1st and 10 on its 10-yard line. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, the Senior Edition program is on sale tonight. $20. Pick up your copy of the program from tonight. Thank you. Thank you for supporting Mesa Athletics.
And Ayala back in the backfield. 3 receivers to his right. He will keep it and gets past the line of scrimmage, grabbed by a linebacker and tried to get away from him but couldn't. But a gain of about 4 or 5 for Jose Ayala.
Number 40 on the tackle. Gain of 4 on the play. Second down.
The Rams offense needs to pick up a couple first downs here. Let's start with 1, though. Ayala back to pass. Finds January. He's got some space. Picks up a first down and a little bit more. So the Rams offense picks up their first down in their 4th drive of the game here. They need to keep the defense, give them some rest off the field. Try to build a drive and put some points on the board.
25-yard line, first down.
But a great completion by Jose Ayala to January there. This one, read pass option. Ayala's got some space, makes a move back inside, picks up about 15 yards and then tackled and falls forward for a couple more. Gain of about 17 for Jose Ayala. And Mesa, 2 plays, 2 first downs. Offense looks like it's clicking. They started running those read pass options. Ayala was able to keep them. This one out to January, a cornerback immediately on him. Makes a great move, gets to the outside, and just jogs out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. And it is close to a first down. I think he has it. The chains will move. First down, Mesa Rams.
First down for Mesa at the 48-yard line.
So 3 back-to-back big plays by Antonio January and Jose Ayala. The 2 playmakers for the Rams offense have found something here in their 4th drive. He's going deep to Damian Thompson. This one gets to him and just incomplete. He had it for about a second, and right as he hit the ground, it came out, but a flag is in. Believe this one should be against Great Oak. Yep, pass interference against the defensive back for the Wolfpack.
Pass interference against Great Oak.
From my view up here, I thought it was a bang-bang play. Thompson almost came down with it, had a chance for it. But maybe the defensive back didn't look back or got his hand in a little too early. But a 15-yard penalty, so another first down for Mesa. And all of a sudden, we are deep inside the Wolfpack territory. From the 34-yard line, this one hand off to Desmond Jackson. Gets through a hole and inside the 30-yard line. Picks up about 4.
Number 28, Desmond Jackson on the carry for Mesa. Gain of 4, second down, Rams.
Pass outside to Jackson, gets a block from Thompson, gets to the outside, and he's brought down at about the 20-yard line. Another Mesa Rams first down. And after 3 drives of absolutely no success, the Mesa Rams offense is taking it to the Great Oak defense. It's exactly what the Rams need to do to get back in this game, build a long drive, get some momentum back on their side. Now it's time to put some points on the board. So on a run-pass option, Ayala keeps it and is met immediately by the defensive end.
Number 11, Joseph Ayala on the carry. Nick Meeker, number 48 on the tackle. No gain on the play. Second down.
Ayala was lucky enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Drops back to pass, looking for Thompson in the corner of the end zone. Was deciding to run, now scrolling out. Oh, he's going to dump it off to January. What a play by Ayala. And January gets it down to just outside the 10-yard line. Going to be close for a first down. But what a play by Jose Ayala. Was looking for Thompson out on the left side. Started to run, ran into his lineman. Started to scramble out to the right side, sucked in the linebacker, and January was open. Dumped it off right to him, and January runs for almost a first down. We got about a 3rd and 1. Heavy lineup comes in. Colin Layton to the right of Ayala. January behind him. Given to January, follows Layton. Breaks it outside. He's got some space. Trying to break some tackles. Dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Mesa Rams. They are on the board. A beautiful 11-yard touchdown run by Antonio January. Was met at the line of scrimmage, juked out to the outside, picked up the first down, but said, hey, I want some more. Carried defenders into the end zone, and the Rams get on the board. Isaacson in for the extra point. Low snap. He's able to get it down, and the extra point is good. Mesa Rams 7, Great Oak 10. That one will get the student section back into it. Mesa Rams offense looked pretty hopeless, and out of nowhere, they pounded down the field with some monstrous plays by Jose Ayala and Antonio January. And all of a sudden, the offense is back. The defense got some much-needed rest, and the momentum is on the side of the Rams.
It was an 11-yard touchdown by number 21, Antonio January. 6 minutes and 37 seconds left in the second quarter. Mesa 7, Great Oak 10.
Isaacson in to kick. A line drive, a big line drive, bounces about the 1 and rolls through the end zone. Great kick by Benjamin Isaacson. A touchback, and Great Oak will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 20. And 1st and 10, Hallenstein drops back to pass, and a nice little slant route. A completion gain of about 7. Number 7, it looked like, Gavin Vita.
Ball to the 27-yard line, gain of 7, 2nd down.
James Mullen in the backfield. 2nd and 4. This one's given to him. Doesn't get past Keon Bars. Mullen gains it about 2. But a key 3rd and 1 upcoming. The Rams fans are on their feet. You can see it there. Need about half a yard to get to the 30-yard line for the first. Trips out wide, but I'd be surprised if this one isn't given to Mullen here on a 3rd and 1. Hallenstein going under center. Fumble, was going for the quick quarterback sneak, and he dropped the snap. It's recovered by the Mesa Rams. What a huge mistake by the junior quarterback for Great Oak. Was trying to catch the Mesa Rams by surprise. They call it a goose snap. You go under the center. And it's a silent count. And a miscommunication between the center and quarterback creates a fumble. It bounced towards the Mesa Rams defensive line, and they recover it. What a huge play for the Rams. Ayala out to his right. Finds Burleson. Burleson dives to the ground, scoops it away, and it's a completion.
Number 81,
Rayshawn Burleson with a beautiful completion for the Rams. Good throw by Ayala. Threw it to where only Burleson could get it. And a gain of 11 and a first down for the Rams. We're inside the red zone. Out to Jackson. Jackson breaks one tackle. Jackson going for the pylon. Touchdown. Desmond Jackson gives the Rams the lead. Desmond Jackson gets his second touchdown on the year, the freshman running back. Beautiful screenplay, lined up as almost like a wing on the edge of the line. Moved into the flat, caught it, was able to break one tackle and use his speed. Isaacson extra point is good. 14-10 Mesa Rams. They take the lead. The defense comes up clutch with a turnover. And the Rams offense takes care of business. 2 plays later, and a touchdown for the Rams. 2 touchdowns in 3.5 minutes for the Rams, and they take the lead by 4.
The touchdown for Mesa was number 28, Desmond Jackson, with a 19-yard carry up the middle. 5 minutes and 1 second left in the second quarter. Mesa 14, Great Oak 10.
And Benjamin Isaacson in to kick for the Rams. This one another line drive, another great kick by Isaacson. This one a couple yards into the end zone, touchback. Great Oak will begin their drive at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 on the
So the Great Oak offense back onto the field. Howenstein trying to make up for that error he made last drive. He's hit while he threw, and he couldn't get it to his receiver.
pass incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete in the middle of the field, about 10 yards short of his intended receiver.
Second down from the 20-yard line.
So incomplete pass for Great Oak on their first play. 2nd and 10. Mullen to Howenstein's right. This one given to him and met immediately by the Mesa Rams defensive line.
James Mullen on the carry.
Ari Collins in on that one. Stuffed him. Adrian Sanchez, another defensive end there.
Gain of 1, third down.
Beautiful play by the Mesa defensive line. Like I said, the defensive line is going to get through all night. It's just whether they can track and find Mullen in time. The big plays for the Wolfpack have been if Mullen gets past that defensive line and is able to get some space. 3rd and 9. Howenstein drops back to pass. Early whistle. It's going to be a false start against Great Oak. Push him back 5 yards. A little frustration showing on the offense.
Ball marked on the 16-yard line. Third down.
Ball on their own 16, 3rd and long for the Wolfpack. Howenstein drops back to pass. The defensive line isn't getting their time. Dumped off to Mullen. Breaks one tackle, but 4 more Rams get there in time. If he's lucky, Mullen gained 1 yard. Great play by the Rams defense. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Another 3 and out for the Wolfpack. So it took the Rams to wake up a little bit, and in this second quarter, the defense has been impenetrable and the offense has been shooting some fireworks. Timeout for Mesa here on this 4th down. Great Oak into punt. Flag comes down.
Flag on the play.
No penalty, inadvertent whistle, and flag throw. May have saw too many players on the field and then counted correctly. High punt. This one a good one. January may have a chance to receive, and it drops back. Almost hit a Ram, got very close. Great Oak player scooped it up on the run and started to take off, but it did not hit a Ram. 1st and 10 in great field position for Mesa. Offense coming back onto the field. Three receivers on the field for the Rams. 2 running backs to each side of Ayala. He's going to give it to January. January's going to get to the outside, breaks 1 tackle, breaks another. January's got some space if he can get around the corner, and he's just tripped up inside the red zone. He gets to about the 17-yard line. And the Mesa Rams offense is cooking again. First down, Mesa from there. Great Oak 17-yard line. Ayala back to pass. He's got a linebacker coming. He's got to get rid of it. And he's wrapped up and brought down. Didn't see number 30 coming around the edge as Braden Frederick slams Ayala down to the ground.
Braden Friedrich on the tackle. Timeout on the play.
Timeout on the play. Not sure if it's an actual timeout or it looks like an injury over in the end zone. Can't see what number player it is. It looks like a defensive back for the Wolfpack. Player's able to get up on his own power. Needs a little help getting off the field. Looks like he's limping. Nonetheless, the offense is ready to go. Trying to bounce back from that sack. It's going to be 2nd and 11. Ayala was lucky to only lose 1 yard.
2nd down for Mesa.
The clock is going offensive line down. Ayala with January to his left. He's moving that way. He's got Jackson out in the corner. almost intercepted
Pass incomplete.
by the defensive back coming over to crash in on that one. Number 11, Nate Anderson,
Number 28, Desmond Jackson.
is playing safety, and Ayala threw it
Third
into
down.
the turf way short of Jackson, and Anderson broke on that route, was almost able to pick it off. So a big 3rd and 11 coming up for the Mesa Rams. They are in Isaacson's field goal range, as long as they don't lose any yardage. Dropping back to pass, immediately met. Tries to scramble up through the middle, and is going to lose about one, maybe. So we'll see what Coach Turner decides to do. Looks like the offense is staying on the field on a 4th and long.
Play, 4th down for Mesa.
Coach Turner still looks like he's thinking through this one. And a timeout.
Timeout.
Great Oak uses their last timeout. That's going to help Coach Turner. He's going to give himself some time to think about this decision. If he opts to kick, it's going to be about a 35-yard field goal for Isaacson, maybe 36. But a 4th and long if he keeps the offense out on the field. And the field goal unit is on the field. Benjamin Isaacson. This one is going to be exactly 35 yards for the Rams. Good snap, good hold, a line drive kick, a bullet, and it is good. Benjamin Isaacson knocks it through. A great kick. 35-yard field goal gives the Rams a touchdown lead. 17-10, Mesa with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this half. Key thing to note, the Rams get the ball starting in the second half, and Great Oak is out of timeouts here. Some Southwestern League scores for you just at about halftime. Temecula Valley leading Marietta Valley 28-14. That one would be an upset. And 28-0 Vista Marietta over Chaparral. So we'll keep an eye on those ones for you as we go through the second half. Isaacson in to kick. He's had 2 straight touchbacks and a beautiful 35-yard field goal. This is another good line drive, a little bit higher. It will be returned. Rams defense is there. Number 34 on the return. The pink flag comes in.
Eli Mendoza with the return.
Eli Mendoza returning for the Wolfpack.
Number 12. Dane Wilson on the tackle for Mesa.
Dane Wilson on the tackle for the Rams. We'll see what the flag is. Block in the back against Great Oak. That one will push them back even further.
Block in the back against the Wolves.
With no timeouts remaining, that is not a mistake you can afford to make with just 2 minutes remaining if you want to get some points left.
First down.
So Great Oak will have a steep uphill climb late in this first half. And a run by Mullen.
James Mullen with the carry.
And a timeout for Coach Turner.
Number 72.
Smart play by the Rams. If they're going to run and not get a first down, the Rams are going to keep it aggressive. Rams have 2 timeouts remaining, now 1 after Turner uses that one. So the Rams can stop the clock just one more time here. Mullen was able to pick up about 3 on that carry. Hounstein gives it to Mullen. Mullen on the outside is tackled out of bounds. The clock will stop. Gains about 1, maybe 2. So they will have about a 3rd and 6. What a mistake by Mullen there. Really needed to stay in bounds if Great Oak wanted to run this clock out. Coach Turner still has 1 timeout in his pocket. If they run here, got to think he's going to use that. Mesa could get the ball with about 1.5 minutes left. But they got to stop him here. 3rd and 6. Give it to Mullen right up the middle. And he's met by the Mesa Rams defense. What a big play for the Rams defense. And Turner calls a timeout. 1 minute and 40 seconds left, a 3 and out for Great Oak. And Marietta Mesa is going to get the ball back with some time on the clock. They receive in the second half. They're trying to put up some points in a hurry. Already 17 points in this second quarter, but they're not done yet. Antonio January back to receive for the Rams. Get him the ball with some space and watch what can happen. Great Oak with a good punt, spiraling high in the air. January's going to get a clean return here. Catches about the 48-yard line. Going out wide. He's got some space. Gets almost to the 30-yard line. A great return by Antonio January. 1 minute and 29 seconds left for Mesa, just outside the 30. No flags on the play on the return. First down, Rams. So all the offensive weapons on the field for the Rams. Jackson out wide with Morris and Thompson. Burleson all alone here on the near side of the field, and January in the backfield with Ayala. 1 minute, 29 seconds left. No timeouts for either side. Ayala going up for Thompson. It's short, intercepted right at about the 1, maybe 2-yard line. That pass by Ayala was severely underthrown to Thompson. Didn't look like Thompson was tracking it. Didn't really make a play on the ball or go to it. But a turnover by the Rams, and Great Oak is on their own 1-yard line, pinned deep. Great Oak's going to be able to run the clock out as long as they can stay out of their own end zone. That's going to be key. Got to think fire zone blitz is coming here for Turner. The defensive line has been able to get through for Mesa Rams at ease. You bring a couple linebackers around that, maybe get them in their own end zone. Howenstein in the shotgun. Gives it to Mullen. Right up the middle. He's got some space. Good tackle by the Rams. Got the helmet on the football, but Mullen secures it.
Number 23, Craig Hunter on the tackle for Mesa.
And the clock is ticking away. Maybe 2 more plays for Great Oak. 2 more handoffs for Mullen. See if he can break one loose. That's what's going through the mind of Great Oak at this time. Coach Robbie Robinson playing this half smart. This one to Mullen. Another great tackle by the Rams.
Number 1, James Mullen with the carry. 23, Craig Hunter on the tackle for Mesa.
Craig Hunter with a great hit for the Mesa Rams.
Gain of 1 on the play, 3rd down.
And a 3rd and about 5 yards for the Great Oak Wolfpack. They have to snap the ball at least one more time, but then they'll be able to run this one down. Hands it off, tackled by the Rams. Flag comes in. Clock's going to stop with about 5 seconds left.
Flag on the play.
I think this one could be a face mask or a horse collar. Mullen was down. Looked like he was hurt, but he's going to get up and walk it off. Tough player. We've seen him get hit pretty hard here a few times in this half. No flag. It's waved off. The clock's going to run. We will go to halftime, and the Mesa Rams offense explodes in that second quarter, and it could have been even better. 17 points in the second for the Mesa Rams, 10 in the first for Great Oak. We got a 17-10 ball game at halftime, tale of 2 quarters. We'll see what the second half holds in store. Don't go anywhere. Mesa Rams lead 17-10 at halftime.
schools as they come in and join us and perform the WeAreMesa fight song.
Hey, do you need help? I don't know what you're doing.
Welcome back, everybody. Mesa Rams lead 17-10 starting this second half, and they will receive starting this second half. Great Oak jumped out quick to fast 10 points, scored a touchdown on their opening drive. The running back James Mullins ran for 50 yards and a touchdown on the opening drive. They came right back with their second drive, scored another field goal. They were up 10-0 pretty quickly. And the clock hit 0 in the first quarter, and Mesa woke up. The defense started stopping Great Oak, a couple 3-and-outs. And the Mesa Rams offense scored 17 points in the second quarter, and they threw an interception all the way down at the 1. So the Rams offense was clicking in that second quarter. It was a tale of 2 quarters in that first half. We'll see what the second half holds here. Having some technical difficulties with our scoreboard. Apologize about that. We'll get you going in just a second. And the kick is away. Low line drive. It's going to bounce. January picks it up off the first bounce. Moving to his left. Got a lot of blockers. He's got some space. January cuts back inside. He's running down. Breaks another tackle. Still on his feet. Carrying defenders. Still on his feet. But the refs whistle him down. Oh, man. An early whistle because it looked like he was about to fall over a player. But he was still on his feet. What a return by Antonio January. Gets him all the way to midfield. We are exactly on the 50-yard line. What a play by Antonio January. Absolute threat anytime he gets the ball. And they'll fake to him. Jackson gets it. Jackson got some space. Almost got his helmet ripped off there, the linebacker. He's soaring right over. Knocked him down to the ground, but Jackson gets 4.
Preston Turner in the 40 with the tackle. Being 4 on the play. Second.
Ayala in the backfield. Jackson to his left. And Jackson will get it. Nope, Ayala keeps it. Great play action for Ayala. He gets hit pretty hard, but he gains about 1. We're going to have about a 3rd and 5 from the 45-yard line. So 3rd down in Great Oak territory. Ayala, quick screen out. Nate Burleson. Burleson breaks one tackle. Burleson's got some space. And Burleson gets to the Great Oak 33-yard line. First down, Mesa Rams. Preston Turner on the tackle for the Wolfpack, but not before Rayshawn Burleson could pick up a first down and more. Great play for the Rams. Jackson and Thompson to the left. Morrison Burleson up high. This one, screen out to January. January's got some space. Breaks one tackle. And crawls inside the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him just outside the 20. The flag is down on the field, kind of towards the backfield. Just moving it up towards on the 30-yard line. It's going to be a hold. One of the receivers out there must have been holding a little too long.
I think it's
Thompson's having a word with the referee, seeing what went wrong. But that'll negate a nice reception by Antonio January. So a first and long. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it'll be about 1st and 17. Ayala hurdles a player. Jose Ayala. What a play. Didn't gain many yards after it, but that'll make for a cool highlight reel play. Jose Ayala. Have a run, young man. Ayala takes the snap. Pressure. Dumps it off to January. Running back screen. January's going to get outside. His jersey is grabbed. He'll get some yardage back from the penalty. Antonio January will get about 8 yards on the carry. It'll be a 3rd and 8. Definitely more manageable than a 3rd and 16 where they were before.
3rd down for Mesa.
3rd down Mesa. Trips out to Ayala's left. And number 40 jumps off sides. Offsides against Great Oak there. Preston Toner was trying to get a jump on the ball. Broke the neutral zone. And, of course, the high school rule is once you crack that neutral zone, the play is dead offside. You don't have to snap the ball if you're the offense. Ayala drops back to pass. He's going up. Thompson got it! Damian Thompson brings it down at about the 2-yard line. What a play. What a throw. Little pass and catch between Jose Ayala and Damian Thompson. They've done that a couple times this game. 2 of them have gone for incomplete. 1 of them was an interception, but they connect on that one. Great play on the ball by Thompson. Comes back and gets it. Ayala, Thompson, and Burleson come out. Cochran's going to bring the heavy lineup in. He'll play quarterback. We're going to need to call a timeout. Mesa a little out of sorts there. I don't know if I've ever seen that heavy lineup come in and get it together right away. They always seem to either call a timeout or be a little out of sorts. So the heavy lineup is going to have a word with Cochran. Normally with this heavy lineup, they bring in Keon Bars, Colin Layton, put him in the backfield. Yep, the big lineup's out there. Keon Bars and Colin Layton will be playing fullback. Cochran's going to take this one, probably going to line up under center, and he's got Antonio January behind the 2 big boys. This one, handoff, pitches it to January. January's got momentum in space, and he is in standing up. Touchdown, Antonio January. What a drive by the Mesa Rams. Mesa with a beautiful drive. They brought in the heavy lineup. Had to waste a timeout, but it wasn't a waste. They score a touchdown. Isaacson in for the extra point. They currently have a 13-point lead, trying to make it 2 touchdowns. Snap is good. Hold is good. Isaacson close to the post, but it's good. Gets it to slide on in there. 24-10, Mesa Rams. Beautiful play by Jose Ayala and Damian Thompson. Got him set up there. Ayala just playing a little pitch and catch. We've seen it. Just throw it up to your tall receiver and let him go get it. That's exactly what he did. He's done that a couple times tonight, 3 times unsuccessfully, but 4th time does it for him. Then they give it to the Swiss Army knife, Antonio January, taking care of business. Keon Bars and Colin Layton plow out a lane for him. And he's able to carry 1 defender into the end zone. The Rams score 24-10. Isaacson in for the kickoff. High kick, immediate whistle, flag on the field, false start or illegal formation. Probably was a little past the kicker. So it's going to push him back 5 yards, but Isaacson didn't get his best boot on that one. It only flew to about the 15-yard line. So we'll see if it's a positive for him. Isaacson's really going to have to get a hold of this one. Nate Anderson and Eli Mendoza back to receive for the Wolfpack. Mendoza's gotten all the returns so far tonight. We'll see where Isaacson targets this one. This one going to the left. Anderson's going to get his first crack at it. Catches it about the 23-yard line, but made a diving catch, so he will be down immediately. Rams coverage team didn't have to do any work there. He is down at the 24-yard line. So not bad after an illegal motion penalty on the kickoff. And the Mesa Rams defense will come onto the field for the first time in this second half. Looked a little shaky to start. James Mullen was running at will, getting all the yardage he wanted. Then they locked it down in the second quarter. The key is this defensive line. If these big boys up front can get through the Great Oak offensive line. And the linebackers are there for the tackle. They're in good shape. Howenstein drops back to pass. He's looking. Going deep and caught. Christian Whitley brings it down for Great Oak. A huge gain. About a 35-yard gain for the Wolfpack. Howenstein threw it up kind of like Mesa just did on their last drive, and Whitley beat his corner on the go route. Whitley out wide again. He got past Suva Venegas on the first one. This one to Mullen. Mullen met immediately. Great Oaks realizing that if they can't get past this defensive line, we got a flag now, late flag. The head official threw this one. He's talking to the Great Oak offensive line. I think it might have been a late unnecessary roughness penalty. And they are going to push him back quite a few yards. He's just talking to the Great Oak coach. He hasn't addressed us yet. Personal foul against Great Oak. Saw a lot of unnecessary dead ball fouls last week against the Vista Marietta Broncos by both squads. Haven't seen a lot of pushing and shoving so far this game, but that starts it. Maybe a little frustration for the offense. Haven't been able to do anything since the first quarter. And an unnecessary roughness penalty pushes Great Oak back quite a bit. Eliminates a lot of that yardage they gained on that huge reception. Second and a mile. And another flag comes in. False start against Great Oak, pushing back 5 more. Coach Robinson is absolutely livid with his offense right now. Second down and 28. Howenstein drops back to pass. Almost intercepted by Colin Lake. Was able to get his hand on it. Incomplete, intended for Whitley. That's been his go-to target today. Other than little dump-offs to Mullen, I don't know if Howenstein has targeted anyone else but Whitley. Keon Bars coming off the field. Harry Collins, the big boy down low, is going to have to take his place and get through this line. And a timeout. I believe it's a timeout by Great Oak. So one timeout by each team early in this second half. Great Oak used 2 early timeouts in the first quarter of the first half. came back to haunt them late in that second half. Mesa saved theirs up. They were able to get another possession through an interception down on the goal line. But they had a chance. They were at the 30-yard line looking to score right before half. Third down for Great Oak. The Wolfpack faced 28 yards in front of them for the first. Hauenstein drops back to pass, looking for Whitley. Great defensive play by the Mesa Rams line or defensive back. Number 31, Anthony Mesa, with a great pass break up there. What a play by him. So a 4th and 28. The punt team in for the Wolfpack. Kyle Yonker into punt for the Great Oak Wolfpack. January back to receive. Good high punt. Fair catch signaled by January. And he brings it in, and he's hit. And there's the flag. Yep, the players didn't look like a hostile hit by Great Oak, but his momentum carried into him when January clearly signaled for the fair catch. Regardless of whether you knock the guy to the ground or not, if you make contact with him, that's going to be fair catch interference. So they're going to add 15 yards right away to this drive. So more good field goal position for the Mesa Rams. They lead by 14, and their deadly offense is coming back onto the field. Ayala in the backfield. January to his right. He'll keep it. Ayala's got some space to run. Jose Ayala with a stiff arm picks up the first down and about 5 more. Jose Ayala picks up the first down for the Rams. First down Mesa. Jose Ayala getting the play call from Coach Turner. He takes it. Screen out to Jackson. Incomplete pass, and it was forward. I'm sitting here right at about 50-yard line. I could see that one pretty clearly. Forward pass incomplete for Ayala. January to his left. Ayala in the shotgun. Play action. He's going to keep it. Met at the line of scrimmage. He'll gain maybe 1 or 2. Referees gave him forward progress. 2-yard gain for Ayala. Third and long for Mesa on the Great Oak side of the field. Four receivers on the field. Trips out to the left. Ayala looking that way. He's got Thompson. Thompson to the ground. Incomplete pass. He had him there, but Ayala underthrew it by just a touch. Thompson still would have been short of the first down if he brought that one in. Ryan O'Brien was a receiver on that play. He'll drop back and take the snap to punt. Roland Hazard back to receive for the Wolfpack. And a fake punt for the Rams. Direct snap. And they're going to pick up the first down and more. One guy to beat. And he will be. Mesa Rams. Jacob Zinn one of the halfbacks, punt protectors on that play. He runs for about 45 yards. Fake punt, touchdown. Mesa Rams. Gutsy play call by Coach Turner, and it pays off. Had one guy to beat, had to beat the punt returner Hazard, and he didn't really beat him, but he dragged him into the end zone. Jacob Zinn puts Mesa up by 3 touchdowns. Comfortable lead for them now. And the kick by Isaacson is good. 31-10. Took them a while to get going, but the Mesa offense is rolling, and they're rolling with some swag, running some fake punts. They got all the confidence. "43 yards is the official measurement for that touchdown. A little bit of a stinker against the Vista Marietta Broncos. They are clicking on all cylinders tonight. And Benjamin Isaacson kicks it. Hazard gets this. There was a flag on that play. Hazard breaking out wide. He's got a lot of Mesa defenders there, and he is brought down at about the 35-yard line. Great coverage by the special teams team. Of course, they were pushed back. There was an unsportsmanlike celebration penalty on that one. I would celebrate quite a bit, too, if that was my first career touchdown. Jacob Zinn. So the Great Oak offense will come onto the field starting at their own 35-yard line. Howenstein back in the backfield. Mullen to his right. He's going to give it to him. Mullen gets through the hole. He's got some space. And he's tackled for about 9 yards. Great run by James Mullen. That's what we saw him do in the first quarter. And the Wolfpack offense hasn't been able to get back to him in doing that. The offensive line hasn't been creating the holes for Mullen to run through. They do on that play. 2nd and 1. Right back to Mullen. And he's met immediately at the line of scrimmage, but he'll drag the defensive lineman for a few yards, pick up the first down. Now credit to Mesa's defense. They stopped Mullen in that second quarter, but Great Oak went away from what works for them. They weren't running James Mullen as much as you would think in that second quarter. They were passing a lot more, and now they're going to have to pass down by 21. Howenstein rolling out to his right. He's going to run it. He's going to pick up the first down and go out of bounds just shy of the Rams' 40-yard line at the 42. Howenstein with a great run there. Scampered for about 10 yards, picked up the first. First and 10 in Mesa territory. Great Oak put 10 points on the board quick, so they're not out of this yet. And James Mullen absolutely stuffed. Ari Collins just blows up that play. James Mullen is sent down behind his line of scrimmage, loss of 1. Howenstein dropping back to pass. Looking to the side. Oh, and Chad Ortega broke on that route. Read it like a book and almost intercepted that one. The sideline all put their hands on their head. They knew that one was close for Ortega. Pass intended for Devin Valdez. Josh Howenstein with Mullen to his left. Sends Valdez in motion. Howenstein, quick slants. Got a deep receiver. Almost sacked. Keon Bars got him there around his ankles. Almost got him. He's going to try again. And thrown out of bounds for Howenstein. Just throw it away on 3rd and long. Avoids a big loss. And the punter will come back onto the field. Yonker for the Wolfpack will come back on. But a couple first downs picked up for the Wolfpack, but the Rams do their job in their own territory. Punt by Yonker, going to try to pin him deep. Antonio January back to receive it. His feet on his own 15-yard line. Leighton almost got through. This punt kind of shanked off to the left. Takes a bounce in favor of the Rams. And the Wolfpack will stop it at about the 23-yard line. Mesa takes over, leading by 21. 1st and 10 on their own 23-yard line. Couple scores from around the Southwestern League. Temecula Valley up by 7 on Marietta Valley, 35-28, a shootout there. Vista Marietta has extended their lead 42-7 against Chaparral. Cochran going deep to Thompson. Damian Thompson brings it in. Thompson at the 30, 20, trying to stiff arm a cornerback. He will be tackled at about the 10-yard line. Austin Cochran came in and absolutely threw a dart to Damian Thompson just outside of the reach of the Great Oak Wolfpack cornerback. Falls right into the hands of Damian Thompson. They flip the field just like that. 1st and 10 Rams from the 12. Desmond Jackson with the off-tackle handoff. 2 plays is all it's going to take for the Mesa Rams. Desmond Jackson, 2nd touchdown of the game, 3rd of the season. The freshman running back shows his speed there and beats all the defenders to the corner. The Rams have taken control of this game, 37-10, extra point upcoming. And the extra point is good. 38-10 for the Mesa Rams. Jose Ayala first on the field to congratulate all his teammates. His shoulder pads look, his rib cage looks unstrapped, might be done for the night. Cochran came in beautifully first play, and they said, let's open you up. Throw a go route to Damian Thompson. And he threw a pretty little pass there. And a little pooch kick fielded by Hazard. And he'll go out of bounds right at about his 21-yard line, I believe. First down for the Wolfpack. Howenstein with Mullen to his left. He's going to give it to him. Mullen off tackle, stuffed immediately. A great tackle. Virgil Martin. Safety blitz brought him inside, and he absolutely stuffed that run. Loss of 2 for Mullen. Mesa Rams defense have done a great job. After Mullen exploded in that first drive, they've done a good job containing him. They've done their job with 38 unanswered points. Howenstein with a fullback in the backfield. Mullen's got this. They thought maybe we could get him some more blockers, but the defensive line still gets through. Mullen gains about 1. It's going to be a 3rd and 11 for the Wolfpack. A minute and 30 remaining in this third quarter. The Wolfpack have a major deficit to overcome. Howenstein drop backs the pass. Looking deep. Pressure on him. And Colin Layton brings him down. The senior defensive end comes in and cracks down. Excuse me, Jalen Coute on that tackle. Coute didn't let Howenstein cut back on him and scramble around to the other side. And now Yonker is punting out of his own end zone. A lot of second stringers in for the Rams, but January still back to receive. Keeping their foot on the gas on the special teams, and we know what he can do. This is a good punt. January receives it, called a fair catch. At about his 40-yard line, they're going to put it on the 41, it looks like. And the Mesa Rams offense will come onto the field, hoping to keep racking up the points. And Cochran is the quarterback. Jackson to his right. Got some new receivers out wide. Ryan O'Brien is in Thompson's regular spot. Cochran barely gets the snap. Just grabs the ball and gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. 2nd and 10. And that is the end of the third quarter. The Mesa Rams.
Do you remember
And Cochran, little wide receiver screen. This one to Morris. Morris has got some space inside the 20-yard line. The Mesa Rams fans are on their feet, jumping around. They have the right to do so. 38-10. And a flag on that play. A little bit of chaos, fans in the way. Didn't see what penalty it was, but I think it might have been a hold down the field a little bit. They gained some yardage on that second down, even with the penalty. It was a 2nd and 6. This one handed off to Desmond Jackson. He'll run up the middle for a few. About a 3rd and 3 now. Blitz coming. Great Oaks bringing 6. Oh, this one just over the hands of Burleson and just out of the hands of Hazard. Incomplete pass by Cochran. Sean Burleson will miss it. The punt team is on the field. 4th down. Ryan O'Brien back at the punt. Ryan O'Brien barely gets this punt off. This one might have been tipped, but he didn't have far to go. This one's rolling down to the goal line, and he's going to get it right on the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. Great play by the coverage team for the Mesa Rams. Flag on the play. Roughing the kicker. That'll be an automatic 1st down for the Rams. The offense will come back on the field. So even though they had a great punt down to the 2-yard line, it won't matter. The offense comes back on the field. Insult to injury there for the Wolfpack. Can't give a penalty like that. I thought they might have tipped the ball there, so the roughing the kicker wouldn't have counted, but referee says no tip on it. Ryan O'Brien out wide up to the top of your screen. Jalen Coute playing tight end. A couple of offensive linemen coming in last minute. A little chaos going on with the 4th down punt and then the offense back on the field. This one to Jackson off tackle, and he's dragged down for a loss of 1. Austin Cochran getting the play call from Coach Turner. Cochran moving to his right. He's got a receiver deep, and he found him. Touchdown, Mesa Rams. Colin Des Roberts in on the catch on that one. What a pitch and catch. Cochran was moving out to his right. I saw the receiver immediately, and so did Cochran. Colin Des Roberts brings in a great catch. It was a little out of his reach, and he's able to get it with his fingertips. The Rams, 44 points. The kick is up, and it's good. Extra point. 45-10. Rams lead here, 10 minutes remaining. So a running clock now with 35 minutes. That extra point was key for Mesa if they want to get out of here early. Little pooch kick, onside kick. Oh, and it's muffed, but it bounced right back to him. What a fortunate bounce. Hops right back up to his chest, and he recovers it.
What do you mean? Don't you hail Rocky every night? Hail Rocky. Hail Rocky.
And an update in that Temecula Valley, Marietta Valley game, 41-28, Temecula Valley leads. Still in the third quarter with that one. That'll be key. Vista Marietta will move to 2-0 this week. Chaparral to 0-2. Howenstein drops it back, kind of just throws it over his head, and that's going to be intentional grounding. Didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and there was no receivers there. Just kind of threw it over his head.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to have kids with Rocky the Ram? Yes.
Loss of down and a yardage from the spot of the foul. So Howenstein charged with the intentional grounding. Not a good showing for Howenstein tonight. Looked a little flustered. This Mesa defensive line has just been getting to him all day long. Whenever he's tried to pass, he's been on the run.
Yell at me. Like that one person from Vista.
Howenstein, this one to
Yell at me.
hand it off to Mullen.
Tell them I'm doing something wrong.
Mullen will get about 5 yards back.
Mr. Hedge. Is every director other than Elijah that mean? Really?
Trips out left for Allenstein.
8 minutes and counting on the clock.
Oh, God.
Looking to pass. Screen pass to Mullen. And he is stuffed immediately. James Mullen sent back. 4th down, punt team coming on the field for the Rams. James Mullen could go nowhere. Yonker on the field to punt. He'll be lucky to get it back to his first down marker. January standing about 3 yards behind it. Flag on the play. January fair catch right at about the 50. He was hit again, barely. January caught it about the 50-yard line, but we will have a flag. Illegal motion against the punt team. Against Great Oak, they're going to do it from the end of the punt, I believe.
Doesn't Josh hate everything, though? Like, I'm not even joking. Like, he hates everything.
Student section having a great time here. Their time is running out, though, as we got a running clock here, 6:20 and moving. Mesa will have a 1st and 10 on the Wolfpack 45-yard line, trying to put a 50 spot on the Wolfpack. New quarterback. Dane Wilson in at quarterback for the Wolfpack, or for the Rams, excuse me. Saw him a little bit in the scrimmage this year. He's got a good arm. He's going to hand this first play off. Monier Drake on the carry for the Rams there.
Gain of 1, second down.
This one given to Wilson again.
Number 41, Drake, the carry.
Excuse me, Drake. A lot of new players in for the Mesa Rams offense right now. I'm digging around for my rosters. Wilson. This one to Drake. Drake is absolutely trucking defenders, sending them onto the floor. Might have injured one. Monier Drake. When people say running backs are running downhill, that's what they're talking about right there. He just lowered the shoulder and was absolutely trucking defenders there. No one could bring him down. Got a first down just outside the 30-yard line, 33-yard line it looks like. Back to Jackson. Desmond Jackson with the ball here, and Jackson throws a shoulder on a defender.
Number 20, KJ Rivas on the carry for Mesa.
Excuse me, KJ Rivas with the carry on that one. These Mesa uniforms numbers, whether it's an 8, a 6, or a 0, they look very similar. Wilson in the shotgun. Flag. Great Oak noticed it. A false start.
False start against Mesa.
False start against the Rams. They'll push them back 5 yards. They're going to have a 2nd and a 14.
Repeat second down for Mesa.
Dane Wilson going to take the quarterback draw right up the middle, get quite a few yards, get the penalty yardage back and more.
Ball down to the 30-yard line, third down.
A 3rd and 7 for the Rams. They're looking over to the coach for the play call. 2 minutes remaining. And another flag comes in.
Flag on the play.
Another false start.
False start against Mesa.
You know, you got to think it's tough. A lot of these players aren't running a lot of practice reps with each other. Some of the hard counts could catch your own team off guard. That's 3 false starts on this drive. Couple new offensive linemen. New receivers. This one handed off right up the middle. On 3rd and long, they're not going to get the first down. It's going to be about 4th and 7, maybe 8. Monier Drake on the carry on that run. Going to leave the offense on the field on 4th down. Just under a minute left and time's winding down. Mesa's going to move to 1-1 on the season. Or 1-1 in Southwestern League on the season. 4-3 on the season.
In the fourth quarter,
Both other Southwestern leagues are in the fourth quarter. Vista leads 48-7. Temecula Valley leading 41-35 in their matchup in the fourth quarter. Obviously, they have the majority of their fourth quarters to go, as we've had a running clock since about the 9-minute mark. So keep an eye on those Southwestern League games. Mesa will be right back here next weekend against Chaparral. Chaparral and Great Oak will be tied for last in the Southwestern League at 0-2. Chaparral had a very good start to their season, 5-0 in the preseason. So it should be a good game next week. Great punt going to the corner and just hits into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Great Oak will take over, but they will not get a playoff as the clock is running down. We are at 5 seconds. The game is over. Mesa Rams are going to walk away with this one 45-10. If you just watched the first quarter, you might have thought Great Oak was going to pull away with this one. But quite the contrary. Mesa turns it on in the second quarter, and they don't look back. 45 unanswered points for the Rams. They pull away with this victory. They are home against Chaparral next week, finish up their season on the road against Marietta Valley and on the road against Temecula Valley. So the Rams got some important games coming up in the Southwestern League.